my name is Clarke. I've been working here for just over 2 years and I'm a senior analyst. I think it started with being interested in geography, which I think came from just always liking flags. So it started with that. It then developed into doing environmental science as my degree at UEA. So that was the first time I moved to Norwich. I then stayed on to do a master's in environmental assessment and management. After that, I moved back home for a year, had a job at a hospital and was looking at grad schemes across kind of energy and the environmental sectors. And one of those grad schemes that I saw was Cornwall Insight, which kind of fitted everything that I wanted from a grad scheme in terms of the sector, but also the location. I joined Cornwall Insight in September of 2023 as a graduate analyst. So I was on that scheme for 16 months and worked across a number of different teams within the company, and that made me have a really good understanding of the market as a whole and also helped me to learn exactly where I wanted to specialise. So following the conclusion of that scheme, at the start of 2025, I joined our assets and infrastructure team, focused on the low carbon side of the market, so looking at renewable technologies and what's happening there. Through that, I kind of kept developing and have only recently become a senior analyst, so kind of reflecting the work I've done over the last 2 years. Me and my manager talk about career progression very frequently in our one-to-ones. It's something that we cover most times we catch up, and that's can be from general things like exactly what objectives I have in place at the time and working out what are the best ways to hit those, but also more long-term goals, things I want to improve on skill-wise, but also aspirations for future, for example, whether I want to go into people management or something like that. There was quite a few things that made me choose Cornwall Insights. Primarily being a smaller company means you get to be closer on a day-to-day basis with more senior people, and I thought there'd be really good opportunities to learn from that. I think the work sounded really varied, and I can confirm that it is. There's also the fact that I wanted to come back to Norwich, so that was really positive, having already been at uni here for 4 years and having lots of friends still here. And I think the actual sector itself is really interesting. It always interested me. I'd done lots of modules on it throughout uni, and although some of the other grad schemes had similar approaches or similar themes, this was the one that kind of fitted best in what I wanted to be doing with my career or at the start of my career. If I was to describe the office culture in 3 words, they would be supportive, educational, and enjoyable. I really like the office, and I do come in almost every day unless I have a reason to, and that's kind of one of the key things I do really like, is having that flexibility. In terms of the office itself, it's a super friendly environment. Everyone is really nice. It's really nice to be able to ask questions in person, have those quick chats, upskill on things very quickly, but also just make those kind of personal connections, especially when you're joining a new company. It's a great way to learn, but also to meet everyone. There was a time when I wanted to produce some maps for a part of one of our products for some analysis that I was carrying out with a colleague. Neither of us knew how to do it. We worked out who in the office on that day knew how to do it. Within the hour, we were both making maps and had been upskilled and produced some really interesting analysis. And then as a follow-up from that, other people who in kind of following on from that wanted to make those maps were coming to us, and we were then passing on that knowledge. So we were supported, we learned, and then we kind of passed that on to others as well. I would definitely say Cornwall Insight accommodates flexible working, and I know there's lots of people that probably utilise it more than I do, but I really value it in the way I do use it. So having the ability to start slightly earlier or finish slightly later or whatever it might be to kind of fit around your personal life and keep that really good work-life balance is super important to me. I think having the ability to have a slightly longer lunch, whether it's to go into town for a haircut or to go and pick something up from the other side of town, is really useful and means you just have to worry a bit less. The key one I'd probably pull out is Vitality Health Insurance. It's something that I'm fortunate that I haven't had to use the kind of medical side of it too much at all, but it's really reassuring having that, knowing it's in place and knowing that if you did need it, it's there. But there are also loads of other benefits like discounts on running shoes and cinema tickets, meals at certain restaurants and stuff, which are I've definitely got value out of. So value awards are awarded once a month, and they are nominated by people across the company. Anyone across the company can provide a nomination that will then be discussed by a team of people who will choose who gets the value awards that month, and it's essentially for people that have gone above and beyond the expectations within their normal role across the month, and they're celebrated on that monthly basis. Yeah, so when I got my value award, I won £100 worth of Perkbox points, which I spent half on a takeaway and half on a Hoover.
Great, thanks.
If I was to speak to someone considering joining Cornwall Insight, I would say do it. I think I had a dilemma when I was deciding whether I wanted to come here or join another company, and I'm very happy with my decision to come here, so I would probably pass that on to anyone. And I think it's because of the benefits and the supportive environment, the education that I feel like I've had, the development of the soft skills, but also it just being a great place to work. The people are lovely, we all enjoy a team social together, and everyone always has a great time, and I hope for other people to experience that.